Class 10 students, good morning once again. Today, this is the last video of the first chapter of your political science book of class 10. The first chapter is power sharing. Today, we shall study forms of power sharing. You can see this here. Let's have a quick revision first. In the first chapter, power sharing, we studied what is power or power sharing in political science. What are the features of power sharing in political science? Then we saw power sharing arrangements in the country of Belgium, and we saw the story of Sri Lanka, in which we learned that what happens if the political power is not shared. Today we shall study forms of power sharing. Forms of power sharing means what are different ways in which the political power is shared. What are the ways in which the power to run a country, the power to govern the country, the power to take important decisions about a country is shared. And especially we shall study this in context of our country, India. According to your book, page number 8 and 9. These two pages we are studying today. According to your book, there are 4 different forms of power sharing. The first one you can see, power is shared among different organs of government. The second point on page number 8 you can see, power can be shared among governments at different levels. Third point you can see on page number 9, power may also be shared among different social groups. And on page number 9 only, the fourth point you can see, power sharing arrangements can also be seen in the way political parties, pressure groups and movements control or influence those in power. These are the 4 ways in which we share political powers, or these are the 4 forms of power sharing in any democratic countries in the world. In modern democracies, in all the democratic countries in the world, power sharing arrangements can take many forms. Many forms means these 4 forms. Now, one by one we will see meaning of all these points. What do these points say? The first point, power is shared by different organs of the government. Once again listen carefully. Power is shared by different organs of the government. For example, in our country, 3 organs of government are there: legislature, executive and judiciary. These 3 organs are parallel organs. Parallel organs means none is at the top and none is at the bottom. All are at the same level. They are horizontally arranged. So, this form of power sharing is also called horizontal power sharing. You can see here written in the book, horizontal distribution of power. And all of you know very well the duties of legislature, executive and judiciary of our country. These 3 organs share the political power. Legislature makes laws, executive executes all important functions of our country, and judiciary looks after law and order. It punishes those who break the law. Now come to the second point of power sharing arrangement. The second point is, power is shared by governments at different levels. The second point, power is shared by the governments at different levels. In our country, India also, different levels of government are there. We have 3 levels of government. Central or union government is there to look after functions of whole the country. Then at the second level we have state governments who look after functions of their respective estates. They look after different states, the 28 states in our country. After that we have local levels of government which are also called Panchayati Raj. We have local levels of government in the form of municipality, municipal corporation or panchayat. All these 3 levels of government have different jurisdiction. Different jurisdiction means they have their different powers, different area of functioning. But one thing is there. The second and third level of government means the state government and the lower level of government, the Panchayati Raj system, function under guidance of the central government. The central government can dictate the state government and the state government can dictate the lower levels of government, the grassroots level of government, that is called Panchayati Raj system or the local government. So here we see a vertical arrangement of power among these 3 levels. Our constitution has very clearly laid down, it has very clearly defined powers of different levels of government. Even then they function one under the other. So this is also known as vertical power sharing. You can see here vertical division of power or vertical power sharing. We have taken example of 3 levels of government in India. We can take example of Belgium also. Belgium also had a state government, central government, government of capital city and community government. They also have different levels of government for sharing the political power. Now come to the third point. Power sharing by different social groups. Once again let me repeat the point. Power sharing by different social groups. In example of Belgium, we already have seen that they have 3 social groups: French speaking people, Dutch speaking people and German speaking people, and all of them share the power through their community government. In our country India also, different social groups are there. Different social groups means people belonging to different religion, people speaking different languages, people from different castes. A lot of social groups are there in India. All these social groups influence the politics of the country. They influence the government of the country and share the political power. Now come to the fourth arrangement of power sharing. Power sharing by political parties, pressure groups and movements. Once again let me repeat the point. Power sharing by political parties, pressure groups and movements. These groups also share the political power. How? Let us discuss one by one. First of all, political parties. The political parties share the government power, the power to run the country. The political party which is in power has a fair chance to lose the next election, and in the next election another political party can come in power. In this way, power is exchanged among the political parties. On the other hand, when one political party is in power, another major political party, the second major political party, plays role of opposition. In this way, the opposition political party also shares the political power. And the third way in which the political parties share the power, that is alliance government. If we have an alliance government, in an alliance government or Gathbandhan Sarkar, more than two or more political parties join together to form the government, and in this way, two or more political parties share the political power, share the governing power. Now, come to pressure groups and movements. What are pressure groups? These are groups of different types of people of social composition. For example, it may be group of doctors, union or association of doctors, any union of labor union can also be there, group of business persons, group of any religious group, any linguistic group. In the same way, movement groups are also there. You must have heard about Chipko Andolan or Chipko movement. Movement means Andolan. In the same way, you must have heard about Narmada Bachao Andolan. These pressure groups and movements, these are not political parties. They don't participate in active politics, but through their movements, through their protest, they pressurize the government and influence the government policy. In this way, from outside the politics, they influence the government, they influence the policies of government and share the political power of the country. So, in this last video of first chapter power sharing, we discussed that in what different ways powers, the political power, the governing powers are shared in different democracies, in modern democracies and also in India. So, if the question comes that what are the forms of power sharing or what are the ways of power sharing in India or in different democratic countries, the answer will be same. Today, I shall give you some written questions from whole the chapter. Your duty will be, your homework will be to prepare the answers yourself only from NCERT book, because in your board examination, whatever questions will come, each and every question will follow only and only NCERT book. Your NCERT book is very important for you to study. Each sentence of your NCERT book is a question and an answer in itself. So, read the pages very carefully, go through the chapter. You have only 9 pages to read in the first chapter. After 9 pages, on page number 10, 11 and 12, exercises are there. But very less questions come from the exercise. Most of the questions come from inside the chapter. So, go through the chapter very carefully, read the chapter properly, and whatever question I will give you, you will get each and every answer in these pages, in the 9 pages of your first chapter. Okay, thank you. Best of luck. Prepare the first chapter properly. We will have Zoom classes. On Zoom classes, we will discuss each and every of your doubts. I will clear all your doubts. We will discuss all your problems. So, if you are coming through any doubt or problem, keep on noting it down. Thank you.